What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Off the Gridiron, your Apollo HOU Houston Texans podcast. My name is Noah Outlaw. I'm one of your hosts, as always. And as always, I'm here with Garrett Harrelson. What's up, brother?
What's going on, my man? How are you?
Man, I'm doing all right, man. It's Friday, so that's nice. We're close to week
Happy
two of
Friday.
the NFL. Yeah,
Happy
thanks,
Friday.
man. Happy Friday to you too. Hope you had a great week. And we're getting close here, guys. We're getting close. But one thing that I don't know if I'm a huge fan of this early in the season, the Houston Texans will not be playing Sunday. They got Monday night football against the Buccaneers, and I just kind of know. I don't know. Like last week I forgot this was a Monday night football game, and I was like, I can't wait to play like an early 1 p.m. Sunday game, and I thought we were getting that, and then I remembered no Monday night in front of the entire world, which after seeing the offense last week might not be great.
Yeah. Honestly, I was just hoping for a Sunday night game, to be honest with you, because it sucks. I like watching Monday Night Football when it's not my team, because you have to wait.
Yeah,
You have to wait a whole day. Uh,
yeah.
I guess I'm okay with it though, because I love the Monday night broadcast. Even though I won't be watching on TV, I will be in attendance. The broadcast is always great. Yeah. And uh, I mean, it's a sign of respect. It's a sign of respect that you're getting put on Monday Night Football.
Yeah, it is. Usually, I'm all for primetime games. Love having them. Like especially back in like 2023, right? CJ's rookie year when things were going really well. I was like, I can't wait to be in front of the world at some point. But this one's interesting because, like I mentioned, obviously week one against the Rams, Texans don't even score a touchdown, and that has to change. And if we put up another performance like that on primetime NFL football in front of every football fan in the world,
Yeah.
that's a little worrisome. And so you gotta imagine the guys understand that and know that all eyes are on them, and they've been putting in the work this week.
Well, even outside of the nationally broadcasted game, they probably looked around, and we'll kind of briefly talk about Week One because we didn't have an episode for after Week One, but they probably saw their own performance, looked at themselves in the mirror, saw the film, and was like, "Yeesh, we cannot do that again." Because we'll just
Yeah,
never win a game like that. We just won't win. Allowing 42% pressure on all the dropbacks. It's really. I'm sure. They've been saying in the pressers like we're having a really good week of practice and all that, and I believe them. Sure, but you're right. On the big stage when the lights are brightest, when you got Joe and Troy talking about us, like yeah, it needs to be go time. We need to score at least a touchdown. If we don't score a touchdown, I'm going to be having some
yeah,
major conversations.
yeah. In front of I really don't want. I just got done watching that Cowboys documentary, and I love Troy Aikman. I don't need
Mm.
Troy to be shitting on my football team. That's gonna bum
No,
me out, man.
no, and he gets a little chirp. He gets a little sassy too.
He does.
He gets a
He
little sassy
does.
too because he can. He
Yeah.
can. He's a Hall of
Mhm.
Famer, and he's been doing this thing with Joe for years. But
Yeah.
I mean, he gets a little sassy, and he might start firing. If we have a few bad drives to start off the game, he might start firing off some little chirps at the
Yeah.
Texans offense and just how we compose ourselves. And I don't want that. I don't want that at all.
No. No. Well, be
So let's show
Troy.
out for Troy.
Well, yeah, and like one more thing before we get, but Troy's one of those guys. You see this on the Manning cast as well. When you have guys like Eli and Peyton, and a guy like Troy, who's a Hall of Famer, has won multiple Super Bowls, they can't stand bad football and specifically bad offensive football. They can't stand it. So he just he gets a little extra bitter, a little extra angry, a little annoyed watching bad offense. So we really got to show out for Troy. That's the title of this episode,
Show
for
out for
Troy.
Troy. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, show out for my sake.
Yeah,
Think
please
about
just
me. Think
show
about
out
think
for
about Noah.
us.
Think about Noah
Yeah,
Outlaw. Like
that's really
please.
show out for Garrett and Noah. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, hey, I just it just took me an hour to drive here and do this. Fucking let's put up some points. How about that?
right.
Let's move the ball. Let's move the
Yeah.
ball.
Well, yeah. Let's move the ball, and really, what it starts with, and this isn't groundbreaking. This isn't any a groundbreaking take, but it's really what it starts with is we got to stop, getting pushed behind the sticks by shooting ourselves in the foot. I mean, really, and it started that was the biggest issue. It seemed like every other damn play, the offensive line was jumping or had hands to the face, and we're getting pushed back 5, 10, 15 yards. In Blake Fisher's case, first snap of the game that Blake Fisher gets in, he decides to shove his hand into the face mask of the guy trying to get past him, and that's not, you can't do that. That's against the rules, I think.
You can,
And you would think he would know that.
Yeah, I would just simply not do that. I would simply not break the rules and get flagged and penalize my team. But to each their own, I guess. If you want to do that, go off. There was a lot of undisciplined a lot of undisciplined play in week 1. Lots of flags, lots of mistakes, mental errors, especially on the offensive line. Which, hey, stop me if you heard this before, but we got something to talk about. The main topic of the Houston Texans is the offensive line. Have you heard that before?
Yeah, I've heard that plenty of times.
It's just the never-ending loop. It keeps going and going and going. Offensive line problems, offensive line problems, offensive line problems. You still have offensive line problems, and I mean that's going to be the main talking point, probably this whole episode and going into Monday Night Football. I bet you the broadcast brings it up 30 million times.
Oh yeah. Oh, they're gonna talk about the Houston Texans, offensive line struggles and whatnot. But and so it's a new group. As we knew going into the season, we knew two things to be sure. We knew this offensive line wasn't going to blow anyone away. We knew that they weren't going to be great. We were just hoping that they would be just good enough to let CJ do his thing, and that's still a possibility.
And disciplined.
Yes, and discipline, because that's what D'Amico preaches all the time. That's like his main thing is just discipline, doing what you can do, limiting mistakes, blah, blah, blah. That's all he's been talking about last year, the year before, this offseason, and they did not show that. So hopefully, though, this new offensive line getting thrown together, and then the week 1, there were injuries, so it all got flip-flopped. But hopefully with a live full game under their belt, they go, okay, we know the mistakes we made. We're fixing them. We got a long week of practice, a lot of time to prep. We got an extra day. Hopefully, they can get that figured out. And so obviously that is the biggest part of this, is just hoping that we can limit those mistakes. And because and what bugs me is Ursary is the rookie, right? Like he's going to make some mistakes. He had a really bad PFF grade. He wasn't amazing, but it's his first game. But a guy like Laken Tomlinson, I don't need you jumping off sides. Yeah. You've been in the league. You haven't missed a game in like 47 years or whatever it was. And so, please, let's not do that. And I do believe that he'll be better, but that's where it starts.
Yeah, and I mean, I know we're kind of going in on the offensive line because we spent a whole offseason
and we should
tool this thing, and but I also look at it from the other side of the coin, or the side of the road, and say, I'm like, that's week 1. Like, it's a really elite defensive line. Yeah, you got to think that they will get better after that. They have to, right? They have to. And not only do they have to, they fucking have to. We're not gonna win games late in the season if offensive line is playing like that. So I am hoping. I'm not expecting anything. I'm just gonna all expectations about the offensive line, just flushing it. I'm just gonna hope that they play a better game. And going into the Buccaneers game, they don't have as good of a defense as Los Angeles, in my opinion. So maybe they'll build off of that. Maybe they'll have a better performance and build off of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like their pass rush, they don't have a Jared Verse. They don't have much. They don't have much up there. So now they're compared to our offensive line, they're probably a little better because the bar is really low for our offensive line. But it's going to be an easier matchup and something that it may be easier to handle. And one thing that I think is the key is don't flip flop the line. I know injuries happen, but I don't want Ursary moving to right tackle and Titus to right guard and then blah blah blah, whatever's going on. Go into this game, which we're missing Jake Andrews. Jake Andrews is not going to play. Ed Ingram is going to play. He missed last week. He's healthy. So left tackle Ursary, left guard Tomlinson, Jarrett Patterson at center, which, by the way, I don't know if you saw what his nickname is. His nickname is Slime. CJ calls him Slime. Which, remember last year, right? Jarrett Patterson comes in and played well, but then he got injured immediately. And it was kind of like, oh, well, he had something. So maybe Jarrett Patterson will be ready to go. We'll see. He's going to be starting at center. Ed Ingram at right guard, and Titus Howard at right tackle. That is pretty much the offensive line, aside from Jake Andrews being out, that they've been practicing with since for the majority of training camp. So let's just hope we can keep those guys healthy. They can fall into a rhythm that they've gained in the last month and a half or so of training camp. That is the goal. I have hopes. Just hopefully we don't have to keep shuffling them around, and we have those core guys, the guys that we want out there or that they want out there, and see what they can do. I really have no idea. They could be just as bad, but I'm hoping and praying that they're just a little bit better, because that's all we need to get this offense going. We don't need them to be the Eagles. We don't need them to be the Lions. We just need them to be solid.
Yeah, and like I said, hopefully this week of practice has gotten them more ready than last week, because during the game there had to be some shifts for the offensive line. Like, Arianti Ursuri, who has been practicing a left tackle for the entire summer, got put right tackle immediately when the game started, and he had a bad game. But you gotta give him some slack. Like, he was getting coached up to play one position, and then immediately got turned around, turned upside down on its head, week one against a really good defensive line. So definitely just a lot of variables that went into week one's performance. None of it's excusable, but you can look at it and say it can get better. Hopefully it will get better. You and I are just in a prayer circle right now, praying that they play better. And CJ goes when that offensive line goes. Even if they don't go, he's still kind of going. So let's also hope for the best, that CJ brings his A game.
Yeah, well, let's talk about CJ real quick, because obviously last week, not a good outing from him. I think he had 190 yards.
Yeah,
he did his best, and he didn't have a lot of time, but whenever he was under pressure, he was like 9 for 10 under pressure, and so having to get the ball out quick, and so he's had to learn, and he's had to become a quarterback that's good under pressure. And that's one thing we love about him. That's one thing that really we really hope we get to a point one day where he has time. Like, you watch Josh Allen play, and you watch these other guys play, and they're fine. They have all the time in the world, and they're MVPs. And that probably helps.
And throw across their body, and it's like a 50-yard completion, and everyone's like, "Oh my god!" And they're freaking out, and creaming their pants. Like, we're really expecting CJ to do a lot. Lot, because our skill set. I was watching Thursday Night Football last night, watching the Packers and the Commanders play on offense, and I was just like, our personnel is just not even close to being that skilled. We have like lack of skill around CJ, and maybe it develops. Jaden Higgins can be really, really good.
We got a lot of rookies that they're using. They'll develop.
Yeah. But I mean, CJ, we're expecting a lot. And also, did you see some of the discourse on Texans Twitter about CJ Stroud this week?
Yeah, I'm not going to listen to it.
Kind of like questioning him, calling him a fraud almost.
Yeah,
like he wasn't Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, I'm not buying into that at all.
No, I'm not buying into it. But that's I'm like, I don't know what you guys want. I don't know what you guys want. He can't process plays if it never becomes a play. So CJ's doing his best, doing his damnedest to put up some good quarterback play. And by God, I don't know what people want. I don't know what people are expecting at this point. They're expecting him to be Mahomes throwing 50 touchdowns. I'm like, he's 23.
Yeah.
He's 23 years old.
Right. Well,
I had a comment on the discourse because I mean, dude, that's my guy.
It's ridiculous. It's
ridiculous. It's crazy.
Jared, our buddy Jerry, who's been on the show before, brought up a good point the other day that I really thought was interesting. Is, you got to remember, this is also CJ's first game, this whole offense's first game in this Nick Haley system, right? And if you look back to 2023, that was a slow start as well for the offense. And we look at 2023, where CJ won Offensive Rookie of the Year, had to break one of the best quarterback rookie seasons of all time. We started out slow. We played a good team week one of 2023 in CJ's first game in the Bobby Slowick system, and we put up 9 points as well. Week two, we also had a slow week, so hopefully that history doesn't repeat again going into Monday Night Football. But CJ's going to he needs a game. He needs a live game. You can only practice so much. You can't replicate a game in practice. You can try your best, obviously, but you're not going to know until you're out there. So CJ, I assume that he learned a lot of what he has to do. One of the main things is they talked all offseason about how CJ now has this new role of going up to the line of scrimmage and calling out things and changing the play when he sees certain things, giving him more of a veteran presence up there. You can't do that if you're not getting up to the fucking line and you get up there with two seconds left on the game clock.
Yeah.
So that's another thing I really need to see. Be fucking faster. Get up there.
Up
Go.
tempo. Like, yeah, I mean, there's.
I'm not saying go no
and
huddle, but
slow starts do happen week 1. I mean, you look at the Bengals. Excuse me. You look at the Bengals week 1. Oh, they're always having a slow start every season, seems like. But
yeah.
I mean, we look at their offense currently, and I'm like, that's a fantasy football factory right there. T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, Noah Fant, Chase Brown, Joe Burrow, probably arguably the best quarterback in the NFL. And they couldn't get the ball going on, against the Browns. Good defense, but so was the Rams. So like, slow starts happen, and I now I'm starting to like buy myself back into this offense, maybe being pretty good, but I just don't see how week 1 reflects how we are for an entire season. It's not going to happen.
I don't think so. I don't think so at all. And another great thing, the Texans have this really unique privilege that only I think 3 or 4 teams have each season. To the unique privilege of having a top 3 or 4 defense in the NFL, right? We played Matt Stafford and Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams and I'm blanking on their running back, Kyron Williams, and in a Sean McVay offense, right? Held them to 14 points because that defense is crazy. Now, Puka had 110 yards, but at the end of the day, they scored 14 points. And that's an incredible offense. That's a really damn good offense with one of the best offensive play callers the league has seen in a really long time. And so now we're going into the Tampa Bay, which has a first-year OC as well. His last name's Gizzard, which is hilarious. And, they don't have Chris Godwin. They have Mike Evans, and they have Emeka Egbuka, who had a great week 1, but still a rookie. Like, our defense should give them a really hard day because they're also banged up on the offensive line. Brandon Hallam just said Daniil Hunter and Will Anderson Jr. versus Charlie Heck. It should be a fun day for the defensive side of the football. And so as long as the offense – I said this to you last night. I said if the Texans consistently can score 21 points a game, we can go undefeated.
Yeah.
Like or win out the rest of the games, I should say.
We can literally play any game with the rule of first to 20 wins. And if we scored 21st in every game that we play against an opposing defense, we'll win. We should win that game.
Yeah.
So I mean, the offense. I mean, we're all looking at the offense, saying like it's time to put up, dude. It's time to put up because this defense is going to have a fun Monday night against that beat up Buccaneers defensive line. Yeah. I mean, we know Charlie Heck. We've had him on our squad before. He's not very good. Yeah. He's backup. No. I mean, Will Anderson and Daniil Hunter, both of them could be contenders for Depoy, So no worries, no fear about the Texans defense this coming Monday.
No.
I actually think they'll force a few turnovers. Have fun with it. Maybe
I think so too. Yeah, I think so too. I think they're going to definitely have some turnovers. A pick 6 would be really fun because we need all the help we can get scoring points. But all eyes really, for me, all eyes are on the offensive line, obviously, but higher than that. And the guy who runs it all is on Nick Haley. Because also one of the worst parts about week 1 was, hey, wait, there's a guy on our team, Garrett. There's a guy on our team named Nico Collins. I don't know. I didn't really see him.
I know who that is.
Yeah, I didn't really see him last week. You would think that we would get him involved.
You would think. And, all jokes aside, there were some all 22 angles that kind of came out after the game where people posted after the game. Nico was getting open, but it was just, you look at the pocket, you're like, why is it CJ not looking? Oh, there's 3 guys in his face. Okay. Yeah. No, that kind of goes along with like the whole offensive line not playing very disciplined, not playing very smart, not smart at all. I saw some free rushers like you know, I don't know. I was watching some video some guy posted on TikTok. He's breaking it down. The the right guard and the right tackle focusing on one guy, pushing him back, and then some other guy who kind of spun around. It was like one of those blitzes where you pull out and go, you know, around the right guard. And they just stayed on one guy. And then he looked and he waited. He waited for the guy to get past him almost, and then pushed him from behind. And that was, you know, CJ's already run for his life at that point.
Yeah,
it was like, where's the situational? Where's the wherewithal? You know, you got to be better situationally.
I mean, we haven't been.
Awareness. That's what the word I'm looking for. Awareness at 0, dude. Like, wake up. And that also goes along with these new coaches and new offensive coaches that, I mean, you guys wake up, because we got a guy, we got Mr. $70 million man running around and running for his life. So, I mean, and then I kind of went off on a little tangent there, but that's the reason why Nico wasn't getting as many targets and looks, is because just offensive line was collapsing.
Yeah. And I mean, like, this is a problem last year about picking up stunts. They weren't able to do it last year. Was really hoping we'd have more success this year, and maybe we will. Like I said, week 1, still got to learn some things, got to pick some things up. Popovich can coach him up, but or hopefully he can. But that's like back to the start of this video, is that's really where it all starts. Starts in the trenches, stereotypical football shit, but it's true. And then when hopefully Nico, and he will get open, like you said, he was open. Just got to hope that CJ can have time to fucking get the ball to him. And that's really it. And Nico Collins, when Nico Collins is humming and CJ's getting the ball to him, his offense is 30,000 times better than what we saw last week. So,
I mean, also hopefully they get healthy soon. I mean, it hurts that Christian Kirk and Braxton Berrios and Ed Ingram and Jake Andrews, and also some other guys that are beat up. Obviously, Cade Stover is, who knows how long he'll be out. Offense is beat up right now. Hopefully, pretty soon they can get stronger. Because I was pretty excited for acquiring Christian Kirk, and to see him not even be ready by week 2 yet. That's pretty disappointing. You know, hopefully, I know I'm not putting it on them. I'm putting on him. You know, obviously injuries happen; they suck. But hopefully we get him back sooner or later, because CJ is going to need some skill set around him, not just Justin Watson.
Yeah, Justin Watson. That's not going to cut it. But Christian, I doubt we see Christian Kirk this week. Obviously, just because of the hamstring.
He's not practicing today, so
we're not going to see him this week. But I want to see Jalen Noel involved a little more. And also when it comes to the receivers, I agree. I mean, Christian Kirk needs to be out there. He's a really damn good football player, and he was supposed to be a really big part of this. He had a great training camp, and he'll be out there. He'll be fun. But really, I want to talk about the backfield real quick, because I was pleasantly surprised by Nick Chubb. I'm pleasantly surprised. 13 carries for 60 yards, and that's with a non-existent pass game. They knew they were stacking the box against Nick Chubb, and he still managed to get 60 yards on 13 carries. And also, aside from him, God, I need to see Woody Marks out there more.
Yeah,
I need to see Woody Marks.
To go off your first point about Nick Chubb, was pleasantly surprised. He started to heat up as the game went along. Mm-hmm. On that very crucial drive at the end of the game, the one where we fumbled and lost, essentially, he was breaking off some good runs, some gritty runs. First down, some pretty good chunk runs. Not like 25 yards or anything, but 5 yards, 9 yards, this, that. He was kind of grinding down the defense a little bit, and I enjoy it. I mean, that's good. Good. We need someone to grind down. We need a running back to be able to grind down a defense late in games. And then also, yes, where is Woody Marks? I love Dari. He kicked a field goal. Hell yeah, cool. He kicked he was doing kickoffs when Kaimi got hurt. Badass. Yeah. Hell yeah. Why is he playing late that late in the game in that crucial of a moment when you sent a future 3rd round pick to trade up and get Woody Marks? That to me tells me we really like Woody Marks. We're gonna have a plan for him. let's just not put him on the field in situations like that. Or
Yeah,
let's keep Nick Chubb off of it.
he's by far your best receiving back, and it's very obvious. And then in a crucial moment, that receiving back that you really made a big move to go get in the draft, you don't have him out there, and you throw to Dare Ogunbowale, your special teams standout special teams player and kicker.
Oh
I
yeah.
love Dare, and I think it's great that he's still on the team, and I think he does a lot for us, right? And I think he caught some touchdowns last year, so I understand maybe like thinking, but you in that moment, I'd much rather Woody Marks have the ball. I trust him more, especially in the passing game, to do the same thing. And Dare had that ball, he made the catch and fumbled. It was a really good play by the defense. But I don't know if Woody makes that mistake. And if he does, we just have to take it on the chin because we go, all right, he's a rookie. But we know what Dare is, right? We know what Dare is. We know that he probably shouldn't be doing that in that situation. I know that. You would think Nick Caley would know that. But he didn't. So really, I don't want to see that happen again.
Yeah, some of the personnel decisions for week 1. And I saw, some people, I think it was Texans Thoughts, I think it was Jordan who said, like, if you're wondering why the rookies didn't play as much as, like, Justin Watson and Xavier Hutchinson, you gotta be able to block to get the rock. And I mean, sure, I get that, but Justin Watson is not a vertical threat. He is not a threat over the middle of the field. He's not fast enough. Like, Jaden Higgins is a freak athlete with a high ceiling. Please put him out there more. Mm-hmm. Please give him more snaps. Yeah. That's the only way he's going to be able to learn and play in real game action is just playing. Yeah. Just some of the personnel options. And again, it's week 1. They were trying out things. They thought they had their plan. They thought their shit that wasn't smelling. They thought they had it all planned out. But no, you need to kind of look at it and say, like, let's maybe like put our more skilled guys out there, not our blocking guys and the guys who we think are gonna, we're gonna have like chess over checkers. Like, no, just give them speed. Give them the speed.
Obviously, look, if some of these guys can block, that's fantastic. That's great. Have them out there to block. And I know that you're probably showing your cards a little bit on certain plays. If you're keeping Justin Watson out there and they go, all right, they need a blocker here, they might be running, whatever the hell. Fuck it. Run the fucking ball.
Yeah.
Like, get it down their throat. If you're going to have them block, like, damn. But also, if you want to pass the fucking ball, you have Jaden Higgins out there. You have Jalen Noel out there. When he's healthy, put Christian Kirk out there. Christian Kirk's not a world-class blocker either, but he's going to be fucking out there. Nico Collins, he can block. I guess he can block, but I don't want him to. I want him going down the field with the ball in his hands.
Yeah,
like, figure it out.
It's just crazy because, like, last year, when Tank Dell went down with injury and Stephon Diggs was out with injury, we only had Nico Collins as the real receiving threat on our team. And we thought, next year's going to be different. We got Christian Kirk. He's injured. We drafted 2 guys from Iowa State that were really good last year. But it just seems like the way our receiving core played on Sunday, it's like they're almost like as bad, maybe worse, skillfully, skill set wise. Yeah. It's like, I'm sorry, I don't want to see Justin Watson out there anymore. He's got championship pedigree. I don't care. Like, put out Jaden Higgins. Let Jalen Noel run around the backfield, go in misdirection, and then send him out on a vert. Just come on, man. Like, don't stop playing around with personnel options. Go with your best guys. And I'm sorry, Justin Watson is not better than Jaden Higgins. I don't care. So don't do it.
Yeah, not at all.
Don't. Sorry.
Fucking tell him, dude. I do want to mention this because I don't know. I think we've said a good amount about the offense. I mean, I'll say CJ just needs to be a little better in the pocket as well. He didn't do himself any favors. He did kind of run into some sacks, at least one that he probably could have avoided if he just simply ran the other way. But he kind of went. And I know it's hard. I mean, I understand, but I can't play quarterback. But I also think if you're a quarterback in the NFL, I want you to be able to at least work on your spatial awareness in the pocket. And CJ's kind of struggled with that in the past. Sometimes he's really good at it. Sometimes he makes a boneheaded move. It's not going to be perfect all the time. but he did have an issue with that against the Rams. And I understand it's Jared Verse, and we really have to preface this. One, it's week 1. 2, it's a damn good Rams team. So I think that will get better. But I do want to mention what Brandon Hallam said, because this is probably the biggest defensive question, and I put this in my notes as well. Jalen Petrie is a problem in coverage, like big time problem.
Wasn't a good showing, which eventually we didn't really. I mean, well, in 2023, I believe.
He got benched.
He was rookie in 22. Yeah, in 23, he just wasn't good in coverage. So that's when we put him at nickel for 24, and he had a good year last year.
Yeah.
But now we are starting to send him out in more coverage assignments, and yeah, he was getting cooked. I mean, also Stingley was getting his lunch money taken as well. He was getting his lunch eaten by Puka and Devontae Adams all day long. I really think. Because also, Sting was injured. I think he's had a nagging hip all game long after the first drive.
I mean, I think he was primarily covering Devontae. Am I wrong? And Devontae didn't have the craziest day.
Well, he was kind of cooking him at the end of the game.
He had a couple, but he ended the game with like 55 yards. I'm gonna give that to Sting.
Sting just didn't have a great game, but I'm just saying, the Rams just had a really, really good plan in place for our defense, and even our defense still gave us a chance to win. Still forced the fumble.
Still did a great job. He allowed 14 points.
Yeah,
that's fine.
That's really good. I mean, the Rams are a good team. They have a great offense. We allowed 14 points. They beat us in situations where Sean McVay called the right play. They made the right executions. They have 2 really, really good receivers. It happens. And Petrie did struggle. I have faith that he'll be better, though. All day long, it just felt like it wasn't our day. It wasn't our day in big third down situations on both sides of the ball, honestly. Both sides of the ball, it was just kind of like, after you get to a certain point in the game, you're like, ugh, I've seen this movie before. It's not okay so far. It was because it was in L.A., dude. Cursed land.
Well, it doesn't help. I mean, it being a home opener, and Garrett, you're going to be there, which will be great, and hopefully, but and it's an early game too. I think it kicks off at like 6
p.m. Central.
Yeah, wild. But hopefully NRG is fucking packed out. Home opener, big game, Monday Night Football. There's no reason for it to not be the Texans fans to be loud and proud. And I know there's maybe some skepticism in the fan base right now. But I promise everyone that is not necessary. Go to NRG, be loud, and root for the boys, please. We need a good showing at NRG, and I know, Garrett, you can lead them. You will lead them.
I will become their king. I will become their king for sure, or I'll try, if I don't have too many tailgate beers, baby. But
that makes it better.
It does. I'm going to be more loud. I'm going to be more obnoxious. Maybe I'll get into a fight. I don't know. I'll beat up a Floridian. Yeah, dude.
Dude, like that Texans fan last week at the game?
Yeah, what was that funny business?
I don't know actually what happened. I think it was just a Texans fan in a J.J. Watt jersey, and it was a nice young lady who got in a fight with a Rams fan, and she was she got I don't want to say she got her ass beat because she's one of ours, but it didn't look great for her.
Well, it also seems like they were just being aggressors, people in Texas. Well, both parties were being aggressors, and that's where I'm like, I just look at people fighting at football games. I'm like, it's not that fucking serious.
Stop.
Dude.
I've been to a ton of football games, and I've never ever felt the need to get in a fight.
Every time I'm at any game, any professional game ever, and there's like an opposing fan sitting around me, I'm having fun with them.
You're talking shit, but it's fun. You're laughing. You're having a good time.
It's a game. Mm-hmm. We're not actually like fighting a war or anything. We're not down there.
There's football in the air.
Yeah. Hey. And there's people around. There's opposing fans around me. I'm giving them a little shit. They're giving me a little shit back, and it's all good. At the end of the game, we just like fist bump each other. We're like, good game. Oh yeah, well that was fun. We'll do it again. But getting in fights, punching people, striking a person in the face, and
striking with your fisticuffs,
making blood happen, making them bleed their own blood. Let's just stop. I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't care if
it's
Texans, whatever, dude. Texans fans, don't do that.
Let's not do that.
Turn the other cheek.
And I know Garrett won't be doing that. on Monday
I'm not
night.
gonna get into a fight, dude. Because the last thing I need is the NFL banning me from stadiums. Because then what are you gonna do? I'll be like, I can't go to any more fucking home openers for the Texans.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
yeah. They just don't take it that seriously. I always
yeah.
like peasants. It's like peasants fighting, like over like rice or something. I'm like, stop. Like fucking
Yeah.
like it's not that serious. It's a game.
Not at all. But all right, well let's wrap this one up. We got a big look, guys. Big game Monday night. Everyone show up. If you're in Houston, please go to the game. And if you're there, maybe you'll bump into Garrett. He'll probably be the one screaming and drinking. That's usually what he does. So that'll be fun.
Okay, that was nasty.
Dude, that wasn't a
was
shot.
nasty.
That wasn't a chirp. That wasn't a chirp.
Okay, all right. I'm not gonna say shit the whole game. I'm not even gonna drink. I'm gonna be quiet. Just something.
What the fuck? What's the fun in that? What's the fun in that? Don't do that. It's stupid. Wait, let me give us a final score prediction.
Final score prediction. Shit, dude.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about it, and I think we do perform better offensively. We have to. If we don't, 0-2 is very real, and we don't want 0-2. I don't think that's going to happen, though. I think the final score is going to be 22-16 Texans. I think there's going to be some field goals in there from both squads.
Yeah.
Both squads kicking field goals. And, people are saying, like, Junior was in the chat saying Baker's going to eat on Monday night. I don't think so. I think they get in the red zone a few times, but Ben don't break, baby. No scoring on us. No fly zone. So we're going to allow, like, maybe one touchdown. But, yeah, 22-16, that's my final score.
I'm gonna go fairly normal score. I'm gonna go 17-13. I think we get 2 touchdowns and a field goal. I don't think it's gonna be pretty either. I think we just hold them to a touchdown and a couple field goals. I'm gonna go 17-13 Texans. But we'll see, man. It's such a wild card. I really wish this game was happening Sunday because I don't want to wait till Monday night to see how this goes down because this is gonna be. Look, I've been saying I'm going to give the boys 3 weeks to show me what they got, but this is week 2 of that 3, and so we're going to learn a lot about the squad against a team that's not as good as the Rams, but a good team though.
Good team, not as good as the Rams in my opinion, and it's at home. Defense will be rocking, home crowd will be rocking, and I don't want to look too far ahead, but if somehow we lose this game, we just put up a stinker in offense, we let Baker throw like a game-winning touchdown or something. We have the Jaguars in Jacksonville the next week. I'd be worried about that one. I would be starting to think maybe it's possible we start 0-3, and that's not good. That is not good. But
they also played the Panthers week 1. Let's keep that in mind.
I get that, but
they have some potential.
But I mean, in Jacksonville, and our offense is struggling. But that's not going to happen though. We're winning. Going to go 1-1. Turn it around, new slate. Season starts today.
Yeah, it's week 1.
Mm-hmm.
Monday night, week 1 opener, baby.
Season opener Monday night against the Buccaneers.
Yeah, they actually made it. It's actually 4 preseason games now, and then in the 4th preseason game,
as it always was. Yeah. So
yeah. Back to the old days, and then in the 4th preseason game now, it's a rule you have to start all your starters.
Maybe that's why we lost. Maybe that's why we were putting Justin Watson out there a bunch. We were like, oh shit, dude, we thought this was. Was the 4th preseason
we thought there was
game.
4.
Damn it.
Dang it.
Yeah, dude, shoot. Yeah. Gosh darn it.
Shoot. Darn it.
Sorry, that's why we were playing Dari in a late game situation. Trying to win the game. Sorry, guys. We'll play Joe Mixon next week.
yeah. Oh, we didn't know Mix. Okay, we'll get him back up. All right, cool. All right, guys. Well, thank everyone so much for watching and tuning in. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe. Let us know that you like what we're doing. Garrett, before we get out of here, give us a shout out to our buddies.
Yeah. So if I wasn't going to the game on Monday, I'd be taking my ass straight to Big City Wings, Houston's Wing Joint, Apollo's Wing Joint. It's the best ball watching environment in Houston, and there is numerous locations. Great beer, great appetizers, and most importantly, great wings. So please go to Big City Wings and tell them Apollo sent you. And also, I might be drinking Zing Zang Bloody Mary mix right up here. I might be drinking the canned, already ready to go vodka, bacon infused flavors. But if I wasn't if I had some New Amsterdam on me, I might get the Bloody Mary mix itself and mix it together and make my own because they give you that option. So, yes, thank you Zing Zang, Zang responsibly, and thank you Big City Wings for sponsoring this episode of Off the Gridiron.
Yeah, thank everyone so much. Thank our sponsors. Thank you, Garrett, for doing
Thank
this
you,
with
Noah.
me.
Thank
of course,
you, Noah.
I know we're doing a service here. We're the best damn Texans related show on the internet. I'd
Some are
say.
saying. Some are
Some are
saying.
saying.
Some
The
are
streets
saying.
say that.
Let's get that win.
Because you know what, we care. We care about the boys. We're passionate. We love this team. They don't. Not everyone cares about the team.
I would
We
kiss
care about
all
the
of them
team.
on the lips.
Easily.
I care that much about it. And it's just not like a romantic thing. It's like I love you. You're my brother.
All right.
Kiss your brother.
See you later.
Yeah, that's fine. Bye.
That nigga big ass Mo, chillin' with my partner named B-Mo. It's on his birthday, we coming through. In a nigga trunk is that nigga named True. And I got that boy Kesey in here, and that boy Polio in these hoes here. And we coming through with that boy Fliggity Flea. Coming out the 3, cutting hairs with that boy J.O.E. Yeah, that nigga Joe. I done came through, big, no never been no hoe.